All right, guys, today I'm going to show you how to use Google Gemini to do some hacking research for your market to see exactly what your prospective clients are looking for to meet them with the exact content that's going to turn them into customers. All right, welcome back to the Kim & Co YouTube channel. Let's go ahead and jump in because I think you're going to love what I have to show you here today. So let me first tell you the reason I like this tool specifically for what we're doing here today, which is basically it's R&D on your market. Now, the main two places we're going to try to appeal and to attract customers are going to be Google if you have a blog, and if you don't have one, I highly recommend that, or a YouTube channel. If you don't like video and you're just cool with your blog, awesome. I see people, a lot of our clients are killing it with just doing blogging, but maybe you are really good with video or you want to do some combination of the both. Now I'm going to tell you how to tie all this together, but this is going to be the primary two that this benefits because this is a Google tool and those are both Google owned platforms. Kind of makes sense, right? So all the data from people that are searching on either Google, utilizing the search feature, or searching on YouTube, this is going to have that data. So it's going to give you real perspective as far as what people are actually looking for. So here's how it works. I'm using my personal account because with business, there's a little bit of a sign-up process, so you can totally just use your personal Gmail account if you'd like. You're going to type in your prompt here. So right here at the bottom where it says enter prompt, and what I've already kind of expanded for you guys on is what marketing questions are online business owners asking is the prompt that I gave it. Now, you'll see here what it computed. Here was my prompt. What marketing questions are online business owners asking? So really cool because it told me people are asking about understanding their audience. Who is their ideal customer? How do customers find businesses in my niche? Is my website converting visitors into customers? Am I reaching the top of search results? Which marketing channels are giving me the best return on investment? How can I measure the success of my marketing campaigns? How can I keep my brand visible and stay ahead of competitors? Now, so on and so forth. Here's the deal. Just those questions right there, I could probably create 70 pieces of content. If we really dive into the nuance of each and every one of those, I could do tutorials on Google Analytics. I could talk about Facebook ads and running campaigns. I could talk about installing Hotjar on your website. I could talk about the importance of having a lead magnet. I could talk about et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I could talk about messaging. I could talk about branding. I could talk about platforms you need to be on. There's a million things that I could talk about. Here's why I like this, because now what we know is what people are asking, and we can meet them with what they're asking with the answers that are going to help them achieve their question. That is going to build trust. When you build trust with your audience, what it does is it makes them highly more inclined to want to do business with you. Now, you could have a product business or you could have a service business. It all applies the same, and we've done this in all those markets. So you're going to have to get a little bit creative as far as the prompts that you would put into something like this. I'm using for our specific market because we work with small business owners being their marketing strategists. But this gives me an endless amount. Another one here about SEO. I could do something about Yoast. I mentioned Uber Suggest. I could do vidIQ, how to measure YouTube queries and what people are looking for. It gives you an actual score. It talks about volume of search, the competition for those particular search terms. I could show you how to just use the Google platform to just be searching and see what other people are searching for in the marketplace and then go measure it. Like, as I mentioned, with some of the other tools that I've referenced, I could use Google Trends. I could do a whole video on Google Trends. So there's literally, if you are immersed enough in your market, when you see these, you're going to know exactly what kind of content to produce. Or what you could do is hand it off to a team of VAs, virtual assistants, or if you just have one VA, you could have them help you do some of this digging. Maybe you create a Google sheet and they're giving you all of these metrics and different ideas and stuff like that, and you're building it into your actual content calendar so that you're batching your content ahead of time rather than just creating content on the fly. Now, really important note here, because this may feel like, oh my gosh, why would I do all this if I can just go create something on Instagram right now? Well, here's the thing. Really, really important marketing note here. We want to research first, because when we research and we create searchable long-form content next, what it allows us to do is know what our people are looking for so that we can create answers that connect with them specifically, right? As we're discussing here. Long-form searchable content, blog, YouTube, Pinterest, lives forever. So rather than be on the hamster wheel, this stuff could be doing better in 5 years. We have blogs or YouTube videos They're doing better now than they did when they were first released, where you're not having to create new stuff all the time. Not that we're not doing that, but it will continue to grow or continue to perform for a long period of time and drive people to your offers or to your business, or at least drive them to your website. Next is social media. Next consideration. Now, here's the problem. If we just start creating stuff on the fly on social media without the research, we don't know if we're landing with the right people with the right message. Because these people, this research you're doing, these people exist all over the web. So the same people that are asking these questions, they're searching blogs, they're searching YouTube, but they're also going to stop their scroll if they see you talking about this specific thing that they just searched for. So you're going to attract the right people with the right messaging. If you start with social media and you just try to shoot for engagement, or you're following the millions of different people that you follow, hoping that you're going to nail something that resonates with anybody and gets you engagement, you don't have that precision. You don't know if you're speaking to the right person or attracting the right person. You don't know if it's something they're actually asking about because you haven't qualified it with research. And so you end up just kind of aimless. So we like this process no matter where you're going to publish, because it gives you a north node to follow. It is your guiding compass. It's your star that you follow, your North Star that you follow, that keeps you on the straight and narrow. And then you're just going to repeat more of this to attract the people that you're trying to attract. Right? See how that all ties together? It's really important that people understand that. That's really good sound marketing practice. Now, something that I did here is I asked, you'll see another query here. I said, expand, right? So it says, certainly here's a deeper dive into those marketing questions. And what it does is it actually adds to what I already asked. And then I said, yeah, I wasn't happy with that. Expand further. Well, you can continue to ask it to dig deeper into the rabbit hole for you. And that's going to really truncate the amount of time and search and research that you're having to do this work on your own. So I really like it for that reason. And again, I like it because it synchronizes with the two most predominant search engines on planet Earth, which is Google, duh, it's a Google platform, but also with YouTube, which is also owned by Google. So talking about here, going beyond the demographics, looking into psychographics. We talk about this all the time. Reading people with their personality traits, their interests, their values, and why that's so important. We're seeing that now more than ever in the marketplace, where your values, people will resonate with that. And in fact, if you look at social media, just as a case study here, people are going to social media platforms largely now based off of their values. We have all these niche social media markets that are based off of political leanings or overall belief systems or values. And for a marketer or for a business owner that's using marketing to grow your business, that's tremendous because you know exactly where your people are. We always say this: follow your people, don't follow platforms. This has now been never a better opportunity to do exactly just that. Dive into competitor analysis tools. So I talked about Uber Suggest, SEMrush or SEMrush is yet again another one we could talk about. Explore social listening platforms like Brandwatch or Sprout Social. Again, I would create videos or tutorials around those because I know that that's now something that people are looking for, that they're interested in, right? So you see how this kind of plays out. It's not just going to give you questions, but it actually gives you some ideas as far as like stuff you create, questions you can answer, and digging deeper into what those could look like, right? So it goes on and on and on. It talks about A/B testing, utilizing heat maps. I mentioned Hotjar. That's exactly what that is. Technical SEO matters. I mentioned Yoast and Uber Suggest. So these are all things that I would talk about. But the bottom line is this: I'm probably now literally at about 120 ideas if I really sat down and built on top of all of these things that I already know that I could talk about in our market based off of just these quick prompts. So that's the key here, is expediting that process, making sure we know, yes, we're knowledgeable about our market because we serve in that market, but knowing what people are searching and then meeting them with those things, right? It's called the river of opportunity. We want to attach, I learned that from one of my mentors, by the way. Shout out to Ryan Levesque. We want to find that because we know people are already there searching. It just makes too much sense not to, right? So anyway, so this one was pretty lengthy. It talked about building brand awareness, talks about content marketing, paid advertising. I mentioned ads earlier, right? So all of this is really, really important stuff. Now what I recommend is this. And this is, again, I mentioned, the importance of using this tool. This is one extra layer of why I love using Google Gemini specifically for this, is there's the ability to share and export. Now, I do this with a lot of things. I do this with book summaries. I'm doing it now with prompts like this for research in our industry. But I'm going to hit export to docs, meaning a Google Doc. And then what it'll do is it's going to create a document that I'm going to open up. And then, boom, I've got this right here. in all of its glory. You could save all of those prompt results as well if you wanted to. I could scroll back and save the rest of these things that I've asked it to. Like each and every one of them I could save. And now I've got loads upon loads upon loads of stuff I can come back to. So I'm not trying to remember all of it here. I can actually hand it off to a team, or I can come back to when I'm ready to create content where I know exactly what I'm looking to do. Now, I give it a specific name, right? Naming convention that applies with what I searched. Typically, it's whatever prompt I gave it initially. And then I put the date too, because markets do change. Subtle changes, not macro changes, but micro changes and little subtle shifts. And so you want to make sure you put something like a date so you know exactly when that was. It'll also help you too long term. If you search something in 2019 and then you look back in 2024, it'll help you see how far the market has come. You know, it'll be like, wow, we really were talking a lot about this in 2019, and now it's really shifted to whatever it is now, right, in 2024. So really a helpful kind of market progression analysis that you can do there if you're so interested and inclined to do something like that. But I really like this. I save all these in a folder so that I have these on Drive. And then, like I said, we can pass it on to our team, or it's good for us to refer back to as well. Now, obviously, it takes a little bit of imagination for you to figure out how this is going to work for your specific business, but you get the general idea and the power of using a tool like Google Gemini. So before you guys leave, I want to make sure I give you one resource, because let's put this into action with our content calendar template. So this is a actual resource. It's 100% free in the description below. You can take all these research ideas that you're coming up with and start filling out your content calendar. The reason being is that we find that most business owners are either posting and ghosting, posting and praying, or they are just simply posting on the go, right? So one is you post and ghost, you don't post for a month. One is you post and pray, you have no idea, it's not research, you just throw it out there and hope for the best. And then lastly is you're just doing on the fly, right? It's just, you're having to create, so, oh my gosh, I have to create something today. And it's just a chaotic environment to live in. We want to make sure that we're researching, batching, and scheduling content ahead of time. And that content counter template is going to get you out of content overwhelm and into actual content hyperdrive. So that link is included below. Before you guys leave, make sure you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and hit the bell so you get notified when videos like this become available. See you guys in the next one.